Ladies and gentlemen, hey, Coach Zach here. Welcome back to the Whole Body Experience, episode number 3. Today, I am diving deeper into something that I briefly brought up in yesterday's video on the 7 biggest mistakes that people are making when they are trying to lose body fat and why they're ultimately not succeeding. A lot of it, was focused on nutrition, was focused on training, and coming up in these next couple of videos, we're going to be starting to lay out exactly the right way to set up your nutrition and your training, your recovery, all these aspects of lifestyle that are going to factor in to creating your leanest, strongest, sexiest, healthy body. Now, healthiest, not healthy, healthiest body. Now, at the root of all this is number one, like I pointed out yesterday, I started to touch on this idea of a self-concept. And we see this in programs that are called transformation programs. Now, this hits home because I run transformation programs. There is a catch here where if I am trying to have a conversation with you or somebody else to get you into my gym to start creating an awesome physique, awesome health for your greatest purpose, I need to start talking and having that conversation with what is going on inside of someone's mind. The reality, though, is that, and this is one of the reasons, I'm going to do a little segue right here. I'm certified in a transformation program called the Amazing 12-Week Physique. It originates out of Belfast, Ireland, from my personal coach. His name is Paul McElroy, who's worked with some of the most amazing strength athletes in the world. Anyone coming out of Ireland, he's coached. But one of the reasons that I went to his program, because number one, I knew his reputation in my world for building incredible feats of strength amongst the people he was coaching. But number two is he was one of the first people that was succinctly saying something that was going on inside of my mind that I didn't have the courage to come out and start talking about based on where I was at the time. But that is that it's not a transformation. The transformation is turning you back into what we should have been if we had these healthy habits in place. If it was a you problem, if there was something fundamentally flawed with you that was keeping you overweight or keeping you unhealthy, then you would be in a very small percentage of society experiencing that circumstance. But what do we see when we look at our culture at whole? We see the majority of people are overweight. The majority of people are getting to the point of obesity. The majority of people are struggling with energy and health. And we're all dying most of us are dying from a lifestyle-related disease, from eating too much, from sitting too long, from eating the wrong foods, to not using our bodies the way they're designed and wired to be used. So this really does emphasize this concept that when we're going to a transformation program, you have to convince yourself, you really have to buy in, and you're going to have to practice this because it's going to be super uncomfortable in the beginning. You have to buy into the fact that what you are seeking is already part of you. You are reclaiming your birthright. You are achieving something that was your destiny. All of us are given strength and health. We all lose it because we are taught habits that are not congruent with that, and our body responds perfectly. It increases the amount of energy we store, aka body fat. It becomes locked up and tight because we sit all the time and our body wants to be awesome at the activities we're doing all day long. So it starts changing the soft tissues, the fascia, the connective tissues. So to really get the best result possible when you do start training, when you do start looking at creating your healthiest body, your sexiest body, you have to believe and you have to convince yourself that this is a quality of yourself that is already there. It is not transformation. It is a reclamation. You are reclaiming what is already yours. Aligned with this is what we call like the self-concept. And most people have a negative self-concept. Almost every single consult I do, somebody mentions that they're lazy. Now, it's really ironic because I have had lawyers tell me this. I've had doctors tell me this. I've had, you name it, people from all industries, all walks of life who are very successful financially, with families, with their communities. They're saying that they're lazy. Well, how is that possible? I point this out to them. If you were lazy, there is no way you could have a law degree or a medical degree. There is no way you could run a company. If you were lazy, there's no way you could have a family. There's no way you could be accomplishing all the things that you are doing on a daily basis if there was some tangible aspect of yourself that was inherently lazy. The fact is you just don't have the habits for the nutrition, for the training, for how to move your body and how to work your body as it's designed. And that's exactly what we're coaching, okay? So when these thoughts pop up, they're going to be natural, and we're all seeking to be right all the time. I did a video on that our greatest addiction is the need to be right. So when I see evidence, if I'm telling myself I'm lazy and then I start to feel tired, what does that do? it proves that belief. It proves that self-concept. I'm saying, see, I knew it. I knew I was lazy because I feel this way. Or, I knew that I'm fat because I want to eat that thing that I know is unhealthy. This is how we are perpetuating these, beliefs about ourselves every single day. So we start to shift that. Number one, we do have to accept the fact that we're not transforming ourselves into something different than we already are. We are reclaiming what is rightfully ours, our health, our strength, our power. And then we have to look at the habits that are in place and the habits that are not in place that align with that authentic identity. I hope that makes sense. Post your questions and comments down below, and have a great New Year. Go celebrate something. I know a lot of people under lockdown right now. Maybe you don't feel like there's anything to celebrate tonight, but you know what? Even if this year was one of the worst years or maybe the most challenging years for you, you made it. You got through it. So here is to learning those lessons that we all had to learn when we had to look at our habits. And this year really pushed a lot of us to we couldn't distract ourselves in the way we're used to distracting when everything got locked down, and we really had to come to terms with the choices we make, how we think, how we feel. So we made it. Here we go. We're going to kick off. We're going to accelerate for next year. Do something to mark this occasion, even if it's just sitting at home with a loved one or watching a movie or connecting with people on Zoom. Their options are endless. The fact that we're all on Facebook right now proves that I'm right. So get over it. Go have fun. Bye.